Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Dr. Razamri and all my friends. Today, our group will present about the waste management in fruit juice industry. Before that, let me introduce ourselves. Firstly, my name is Amira binti Ahmad Zubairi with the matric number of 202242.
My name is Nur Shazrana Ashila. My matrix number is 200-800.
My name is Kyoka Meg and my matrix number is 202245.
My name is Sri Cynthia Saravanan and my matric number is 202098.
Okay, next I will explain about the introduction of fruit juice industry waste. Before that, what is fruit juice? Fruit juice is the definition of fruit juice according to Food Law 1985. The definition is fruit juice shall be expressed juice or the reconstituted product of concentrated juice and potable water of one or more species of fruits and includes the food for which a standard is prescribed in regulation. And number two is the fruit juice also may contain sugar. Okay, for the fruit juice industry, juice drink currently have the largest market share as there have been a growth in demand. Fruit fraction globally, this is due to in 2031, the market for fruit juice was 141 billion US dollar, and the prediction of fruit juice market will reach 182 billion US dollar by 2027. However, the production of fruit juice just contribute to waste as the byproduct is about 20 to 80% of the whole fruit. So the waste that has been identified in fruit juice industry have two types, which is the physical and also the chemical waste. Both of these type of waste are important because can affect the environment and need to be managed and treated properly. Okay, that's all from me. I'll pass to the next person.
Next, I will explain general process of the juice industry. Next. So the process is from receiving the fresh fruits and then after that cleaning the fruits and then sorting before preparations of extraction. The preparation of extractions are included cutting and removing the skin or others process. And then after that, just go for the extraction, which is pressing the fresh fruits into juice. And then the juice will be filtered before pasteurization. And after that, we will just fill in the packaging, which is according to the type of the fruits, type of the juice. We maybe are the bottles or glass bottle or the paper box. And then after that, we will just package all the few product into a carton, and we will storage of the finished product before deliverable to the retailers or other manufacturing. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
Okay, thank you, Mandy. Back again with me. Now I will explain more about the physical waste that has been produced in juice industry. As mentioned earlier by Mandy about the process to make juice production, which is we simplify in this process flow. Here we can see clearly the physical waste contribute for cleaning process, or washing, sorting, or cutting, and also packaging. The waste is sand, stone, rotten fruit, stem, and leaf, pit, seeds, pulp, peel, and pomace. And lastly, for the packaging, broken and unused packaging. In fact, approximately 30% of fruit juice are processed as fruit juice, and the residual may reach up to 80%. It is about 119.7 million tons of citrus waste is produced worldwide, and therefore valorization of this byproduct is important from both economic and environmental aspect. Okay, next. Next, this is the suggestion of physical waste management system that can be applied to a fruit juice company. Firstly, composting. Compost is a biological process that is occur naturally, where microorganism bacteria and insects will decompose all the organic material from the juice industry waste, such as the leaf, seeds, rotten fruits, and it will look like soil for the compost. So this will be beneficial to the soil as it improve the nutrient in the soil. The suggestion for number 2 is animal feed, which is we can use the waste from the process to make animal feed. The example of the waste is like rotten fruit, fruit peel, and pomace. All of these waste could potentially be recycled and brought back to the food chain by converting them to animal feed. And for number 3, the suggestion is waste valorization. Waste valorization is the process of reusing, recycling, or composting waste material and converting them into more useful products, including materials, chemical, fuels, or other resources of energy. So here, for the waste valorization, we develop functional food by using the waste. Because the fruit waste consists of many valuable substances such as phenolic compounds and dietary fiber that can be utilized in the food industry. For example, the waste from pomace, the waste like pomace. So the example of the development of functional food such as biscuit from mango pomace, candy from beetroot pomace, and also pasta from carrot pomace. For the benefit of all of these three things is this management is cost saving, and for animal feed and waste valorization can be beneficial to the company to gain profit if utilized it properly. Okay, that's all from me.
Okay, so next, moving on to the waste management system of physical waste, which is a thermal treatment. This is one of the most common waste management system other than landfilling, which is a thermal treatment. So we know that thermal treatment is grouped into 2 categories, which are firstly the conventional combustion and the advanced thermal treatment. So we're going to focus on the conventional combustion today, which one of them is by incinerations. So what is incineration? It is a combustion of waste in a controlled manner. It is used to dispose municipal solid waste, commercial waste, industrial waste, and also clinical waste. So there are 3 main stages in thermal treatment, which first is drying and degassing. It volatile compound release between 100 to 300 degrees Celsius, and it will also depends on the supply of heat to crumble and become ash. And the second stage is pyrolysis and gasification, which is the further decomposition of organic substance in absence of added oxygen. It is also a partial treatment, degradation of organic substance in presence of oxygen but insufficient to oxidize fuel completely. And the last stage is oxidation, which is the combustible gases, syngas, created in the previous stage are oxidized at temperature between 800 to 1450 degrees Celsius. So this is the example of incineration, as you can see at the picture. So the waste is collected and it undergoes the processing, combustion, and generated by power. And it also will produce ash at the very last stage of combustion. So next is the advantage of incineration. Firstly, it can convert waste to energy and ash, and it also can reduce space to be compared with landfilling, as landfilling need more space to waste to be dumped. And next is the destruction of waste and contaminants. And lastly is the reduced greenhouse effect, as the heat is managed properly and not being released. And for the disadvantages, it is higher cost in building incinerator plant, It is also may generate some heat for local population. Thus, it is lack of awareness in promoting incineration system, which lead to protest by locals. And they often say like incineration is not a good thing, while actually there is no evidence to prove it. And lastly, it might require pre-treatment process and also sorting, which can be time consuming. Next is anaerobic digestion. It is a process in which bacteria break down organic matters in the absence of oxygen. Anaerobic digestion for biogas production occurs in a sealed vessel known as reactor. So the benefit of anaerobic digestion is firstly, it is an anaerobic treatment which is less expensive, simpler, and more flexible compared to aerobic treatment process. Other than that, it also enhances degradation of organic matter and produce higher biogas yield, which can be used as source of energy. So as seen in the picture here, biogas can produce electricity, heat, waste, vehicle fuel, and also renewable natural gas as bioproduct feedstock. And next is the most commonly used waste management system, which is recycling. Recycling is the process of collecting and processing materials that would otherwise be discarded as trash in order to remanufacture them into new products. So what are we going to do with recycling? So first, recycling bin must be provided to segregate waste. So there are usually 3 or 4 types of recycling bins, which are waste, glass, paper, plastic, and also bottles. Then the paper cartons and straw were collected from our juice packaging. And the recyclable materials were transferred to a recycling center to be processed, and then it will recycle into products such as box, tissue paper, and also paper. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Next, I will continue for the chemical waste. Next. So for the process, there are 2 main chemical waste produced in the juice industry, which is the waste water content with high chemical oxygen demand, COD, of high organic matter, a low pH and imbalance of nutrients, dissolved solids and suspended solids, and another chemical waste produced in fruit industry, which are the natural acid, sucrose, glucose, and cellulose found in the pollens. And then, as we know, chemical wastewater is the large amount of waste, which is around 10 liter wastewater per liter of the juice by the fruit juice industry. So that also require proper treatments before disposal. So next. So there are few methods to treat fruit juice chemical waste product, which is one is the chemical precipitation, which is a process that used to remove the dissolved metals from wastewater by converting it into solid particles and removing it through filtration. So this is used to remove the residue of the fertilizations or pesticide from the fruits. So the advantage is to decrease the overall detention time of the wastewater treatment process and adding to settle the fine mineral residue. So the disadvantage of the chemical precipitation is it is a process that an additive process that doses added, the chemical doses added must be very exact, and the additional chemicals may produce large sludge that will be treated in the following treatments. So next. So the second method is aqueous phase reforming, which is a process where when hydrocarbons or oxygenated are dissolved in water and react with water molecules in aqueous phase at a low temperature and high pressure to form hydrogen gas and hydrocarbons. And carbon conversion will be converted into hydrogen gas by such as the fructose and sucrose. So this method mainly used to treat the glucose and sucrose found in the fruit juice industry. So the advantage is to turn the oxygenated molecules to unstable hydrogen gas to create circular economy, and also able to manage variability of organic and inorganic loss. But it also brings disadvantage, which is it is very high maintenance due to the presence of impurities such as inorganic and fatty acid in water. Wastewater will affect the stability of catalyst. So for the industry, they might need regular maintenance to this machine by using the this method. So next I will pass to Sri.
Thank you, Mandy. So I'll continue the presentation about anaerobic aerobic systems. It is a combination of anaerobic and aerobic systems that are used in the fruit juice industry to have a high efficiency of removing the BOD, COD, and total soluble solids. So these are the processes that involve in anaerobic and aerobic system. Based on the research that carried out, the removal efficiency of the chemical oxygen demand, biological oxygen demand, pH and the total soluble solids are above 90%. So it also contains advantages, which is combined system has a good efficiency. And these advantages are it higher cost for aerobic equipment and high maintenance. So next. These are the application of fruit juice waste in food industry. Next. Physical fruit juice waste are normally consist of seeds, pomace, and peel. So the fruit juice waste contains phenolic compounds that consist of monopolysaccharides and flavonoids. That the flavonoids includes anthocyanidins such as pelargonidin, malvidin, cyanidin, and delphinidin. The fruit waste also contains a rich source of phenolic acids that's stated below. So there are few functions where we can apply the fruit juice waste. First is functional foods, pharmaceutical benefits, source of starch, film or active or natural biopolymers, and fat replacer. Next. As a functional food, the apple peel that have been fermented in Aspergillus species that used to manufacture new functional food and nutraceuticals. The apple pomace is partially used as a wheat flour in biscuits to increase the fiber content in bakery products. Next, the waste from the blackcurrant, production of blackcurrant juice to get the extract is enrich the fruit juice by obtaining the powder with good functional properties. The watermelon zest will be utilized in the form of powder and mixed with a flour to make a cake better and have a longer shelf life. The dried grape pomace substitute the sugar and milk powders that results in better textural, rheological, and sensory properties. The grape pomace also can substitute the 30% flour in sponge cake formulations. Next. Then it has a pharmaceutical benefits where citrus quill can fortify the olive oil and is a benefit for our oxidative stress markers as the blood vessel level. And the apple waste, where the phenolic compounds that extracted from the apple waste can help to treat the colon cancer and protect the colonic cells against the DNA damage. Then the watermelon rinse, citrulline has the ability to protect damage and convert the arginine that important for the human heart circulatory system and immune system. Next. So it also can be used as an active packaging or natural biopolymers. So as I have do this film as a final year project, so it can be applied like apple pomace, where the anthocyanin and phenolic compounds that has been extracted can produce a film or pH indicator film that can detect the freshness of a food quality. So first of all, the apple pomace has PHA that can be an environment-friendly biopolymer that can substitute starch. The next is blueberry. Blueberry contains phenolic compounds that give colors and can be act as a pH indicator film. The orange peel and baguettes also that incorporated with cassava starch to develop as an active packaging. And mango peel, it also has a starch edible film that is effective as edible coatings to detect the freshness and maintain the food quality. Next. Then the fruit juice waste also can be applied as a source of starch, where pineapple stem has a high purity of starch on a dry basis, have been resistant to enzymatic digestion. Then kiwi seeds and skin, the starch that has B-type polymorph structure and smooth granules that can made up into cereals. The jackfruit seed has gelling or thickening agent in food products. And banana peel is a significant amount of starch that has higher viscosity and lower gelatinization and acts as a binder in tablets. So that's all. I pass to Shaz.
So moving on to fat replacer of fruit waste industry. So first, mango peel powder. It also can be used as a functional chicken patty infused with mango peel powder as a fat replacer. Other than that, orange peel and seed also can be used as a 50% fat replacer in bakery products. It is also nutritional and functional properties replace fat in ice cream. And next is banana peel. The pectin in banana peel replaces fat in salad cream, and it is also classified as low fat. So waste actually can be used as a fat replacer as a healthy option. So as a conclusion, waste management has become a global concern in recent years. Thus, it is important to have a good waste management system to ensure sustainability and continuous supply of renewable energy and resources for future use. And as a responsible committee, we need to start taking effective measures to curb the unnecessary waste pollution from occurring in the future. It is also our responsibility to play our part in managing waste because it starts with us. And last part, which is the Q&A session. So the first question, which is, there were many techniques of proper waste disposal in juice industry. However, some food manufacturers do not comply with the waste management system. Explain why. The second question is, what is waste valorization? Give the most common byproduct in fruit juice industry and the application of it. The last question, the zero waste approach seeks to maximize recycling, minimize waste, reduce consumption, and ensure that products are made to be reused, repaired, or recycled back into nature. So in your opinion, do you think the term zero waste can be achieved in Malaysia? So that's all from us. Thank you.